There are notes we can play, we can chord together. So like if we go, so everybody play that note. That's that D on the A string. And then you can play your second finger down here if you don't know that chord. This note. It's just the second finger on the D string, you know. So you can kind of do this a little bit here. Just listen a second. You know. Let's try a little bit of that. That's just kind of the scale-wise, up and down, you know. One more time. And just a quick word about bowing too. I never really tried it. I've had given a few lessons, not too many because I don't have much patience, but I try to tell people, everybody wants to know, well, how do you bow that, you know? I always tell people, and I also play the mandolin, so maybe it comes from that, but I always try to just bow like saw stroke, you know? Bow every note, so you get the fingering down and you're playing clearly. That's the most important thing to me, because I like to hear good tone. And then bowing will come, I think, as you play, you know, trying to copy somebody's style or developing your own style, whichever you do. The places where you have to connect notes together kind of reveal themselves as you try to play it faster, you know, because you have to have some economy to play the tune up to speed, so some of those phrasing things will start to reveal themselves. But I just always try, when I'm learning something new, I just saw stroke it, you know, don't try to use, and I never use any kind of real, you know, like kind of pattern or anything. It's just, I know some people are real heavy into this, you have to be a certain stroke, certain pattern, but to me the tunes are all so different that it really does, they're not adaptable to that in my sense. You're actually forcing the tune into some pattern that may not be there, so.
Yum, yum.
Oh. Good. I have to spray it around my lips now. So. Oh, it's quite tasty. Oh man, this is some hazard pay, isn't there? Suffer.
And this is voluntary work. He's not getting paid.
That's right. Oh man.
Promised you lunch, didn't they?
So what you all got to do is buy him a beer later.
Just pour it on me. Alright, so that's that little chord there. The other chord I was using on the second phrase was going something like this. You know, you kind of, so you get to that E there, play that note there. So we're going to play across the A chord there, right? The A chord, but, you're on the wrong note though. So I'm going to use this note down here. This C sharp. So just, let me just play it for you once. So I'm actually playing the whole fiddle there. I'm getting this. So that's like this E and A, and then the A and E open, and then so it gets a really big sound, you know. Everybody play these two notes. It's just open A and E. Open A and E. Okay. So just Actually, I think I have a little thing posted on my website. It's a little PDF you can download and print out. It's got, in a lot of keys, I wrote out what the chord notes are, so you can kind of start, because one of the things I like to play with is, you know, like if I'm in A, or a D, or here we are now, you know, like, where are all the ways I can make a D chord, you know, like, you know, all those different ways. So I do that with all the keys, so that when you're in a tune, like that tune there, this is all the chord for the A chord, you know, we're going to, So let me play that for you once, just in the tune, just so you kind of hear how it goes there. So, you know, you can see kind of too where you can take a sort of time-worn, worn-out tune that sometimes isn't very interesting. You make it a pretty exciting little piece there by putting all this other stuff in there. So let's try that first part again, just real slow here. The sound I like. This one fiddler I learned a lot from when I was a kid. He was a left-handed guy, and he played on a regular fiddle, so he played the, you know, with the bass strings over here. Kind of, but so he got some unusual effects just from the fact of that. He could really play really strong bass because like on the down side here. But he did a lot of things with his noting that I think he learned from actually, frankly, listening to a lot of Canadian radio broadcasts, because the Canadian fiddlers play really notey style. But he had a way of making a phrase sound like it was going up and down at the same time, you know. So like he'd reach for a note up as he was walking down a phrase. So rather than going like, you know, like on the second part here. Get something going like this. That's a little bit difficult to explain because I'm not much of a formal musician, but it just generates this sound of that the melody, even though the basic pattern of the melody is the notes moving down, he keeps reaching for a note that's up. You keep reaching for a note that's above that and walking down with it in this kind of spider pattern, you know. So you're not just going straight down to the note. You might go. Let me try it again. Let's play it at the speed with you instead. I tried to crawl in.
Whatever you do, don't open your legs.
Save the children.
Save the children.
What was that first part you said? I think I missed that. Okay.